Very warm welcome to all the listeners of this video. And in this video, I am particularly sharing about an important topic of preparation of unit plan. Usually, a teacher wants to deliver a quality teaching inside the classroom situations, even though he is very clear in his concept, even if he will not or she will not having a proper lesson plan or unit plan, it is not possible to deliver a quality lecture or quality teaching. So for that, this unit is very important to exhibit the importance of preparing a perfect unit plan. So let us discuss one by one. The very important part of preparation of unit plan is nothing but, first, as a teacher, we should know the definition of unit plan. It is nothing but a comprehensive teaching tool that organizes related concepts, activities, and assessments under a single theme or a topic. So it is nothing but the outline, the concepts of a particular unit, especially it organizes a detailed framework of teaching learning process for a particular unit. So the preparation of unit plan is nothing but to reach the specific educational objectives with the help of multiple lessons in a single theme. With that, we have to move to the next important part of key features of unit planning. So suppose if we want to prepare a best unit plan, then we must know the 5 important key features for a preparation of unit plan. First one is, the very important thing is the holistic approach. It addresses the topic in depth by breaking into smaller interconnected components. Very important, because the biggest problem of the learning among the children is they are not able to cope up with the vast teaching methodologies or vast content in a single stretch. So if we want to provide a quality teaching, we have to break down the unit in a small topics. The next is continuity and integration. So how a lesson plan should be logical sequence of concepts and links with the prior knowledge and future lessons. So suppose we plan to prepare a lesson plan, the continuity is important. It should be in order. It should be a proper way to provide a quality steps to our children. Then only they can understand the concept in a very clearly and interestingly. Then continue to that interdisciplinary scope. It is nothing but we have to integrate the topics from multiple subjects. For example, most of the times science can always combine with mathematics to teach various concepts. For example, in the case of physics, we have to combine mathematics for measuring some distances, measuring some velocities, measuring some distance traveling for motion like concepts. So the interdisciplinary scope is very important, and as a teacher we must know about these features. The next important thing is focus on objectives. So we know that without objectives, nothing can be possible in the teaching learning situation. So if a teacher should be very clear enough with the objectives, then only he or she will give a perfect teaching to their students. So it aligns with the specific learning goals, competencies and standards. Very, very important key feature in the preparation of unit plan. And finally, flexibility. Very, very important part. That is, adapts to students' learning needs, pace, and their feedbacks. Because suppose if the students are having a different needs, if a teacher cannot understand the need of the student, then the whole unit plan preparation is entirely waste. So if we want to give a proper unit plan, if we want to give a proper teaching, then we should know, we should understand the learner's need. So with this all key features, we have to move to the next important of unit planning. Why we need unit plan? That is important because I already insist to provide a quality teaching inside the classroom. So that should be briefly explained in this slide. It is nothing but clarity of goals. So if we prepare a perfect unit plan, then it helps a teacher focus on long-term objectives while addressing short-term goals in each lesson. So every time if we will teach a small lessons in the classroom, then it will cover up with the overall long-term objectives. So always as a teacher, we consider the long-term success of our students. For that only we are giving the small contents to satisfy the basic objectives. Then second one is efficient resource use. That is another important of unit planning. Nothing but a systematic allocation of materials, time and activities. Suppose if we plan for a whole unit, we must be aware of the systematic allocations of materials. What are all the things to be taught? What are all the things to be provided to students while teaching? Then time factor is very, very important. Suppose if we are not able to maintain the time limit, then we simply waste an hour in a classroom. So if we pre-plan that, automatically our teaching will be effective. Then activities. If we pre-plan our activities which we are going to conduct in our classroom, then the students itself aware of that and they will also incorporate with the good quality teaching. The next one is continuity in teaching. That is also another important of preparing a unit planning, such as linking concepts and skills across lessons for a seamless learning experience. So we have to link our concepts, we have to link our lessons across the unit. Then only the students can get a proper knowledge regarding the particular unit, or otherwise they can simply know what is a concept, but in core they may not have a chance to understand it properly. So in that area, as a teacher, we should know the importance of that. Then student-centered learning. So every time in the whole unit of approaches of teaching, I insist the same thing. This is nothing but the student-centered learning is very, very necessary and important nowadays. Without that, we will not succeed our objectives. So the student-centered approach of learning tailors the instruction to meet diverse learner needs to promote active engagement. So if we understand the real ability of the students, then only we can able to achieve something new and we have to expect something new from our students. or else they are simply a listener, not a active participant. So as a teacher, our duty is to make them to be active inside the classroom. For that only, we are preparing all these things. We are preparing unit plan, we are preparing lesson plan, we are framing the objectives, everything we are doing. Then finally, assignment, assessment and alignment. That is important. Whatever the thing, we have to assess in a particular time bound to verify whether our teaching will reach to the students or not. So it ensures the assessment align with the learning outcomes and teaching activities. So that is an important part of unit preparing a unit. To continue to that, we should know the components of unit plan. So here, one thing I want to share with you, I am preparing certain components according to my knowledge and my resources. Even in sometimes it may slightly vary with other resources, but this what I have given in this video is basic. First, the foremost thing is unit title is important. It is a clear and concise name reflects the core theme or topic. So if we start to write a unit plan, the theme of the unit plan is very, very important. For example, if we consider in a subject, prepare a unit plan for the water cycle or the solar system. This is an example for unit title. Then the grade level, the age group or the class should be properly considered while preparing a unit plan, because according to the level of the students only we have to plan the lesson. That is very important. The next very important thing is unit objectives. So unit objectives is very, very important to clarify what a teacher can provide or able to give the students. It is nothing but specify the measurable learning outcomes using action oriented verbs. For example, if we take the Bloom's taxonomy, we have to work for the creativity. So according to the improving creativity among the children, we have to plan our unit plan. So in that situation, how we have to prepare a unit objective is very, very important. For example, understand the stages of water cycle. So if we take the theme as the water cycle, in the case of objectives, we will mention that understand the stages of the water cycle. If we will take another example, analyze the impact of pollution on ecosystem. So these are all some of the objectives that should follow by the team for preparing a perfect unit plan. The next one is content outline. This is also a very, very important part of preparing a unit plan. Without content outline, we will not provide a better unit plan. For example, breaking down the unit into subtitles or themes that I already discussed. I will explain this with a small example of the water cycle. For water cycle, here I will provide 4 sub-themes such as evaporation, condensation, precipitation and collection. So these are some of the sub-themes to be created as a content outline in a unit plan. So then only we will get a clarity in our unit plan preparation. The next one is teaching strategies. See, the method used to deliver the unit, how we have to deliver the content with a variety of methods. For example, we will provide with inquiry-based learning or collaborative projects or a direct instruction given by the teacher. Likewise, we have to mention the proper methodology. The next very important part is material and resources. What kind of materials as a teacher we used to use to prepare a good unit plan, such as a list of textbooks, a list of multimedia tools, either charts, diagrams, what are all the important things we have to mention in the unit plan. The next one is activities and learning experiences. That is very important. While preparing lesson plan, teaching learning experiences takes an important role. So the planning of activities, tasks like experiments, group work, role plays, or if we want to provide a field trip to students to give a direct live experience regarding a content, then we have to mention in the activities and learning experiences. The next thing is assessment and evaluation. That is very important. I already told that without assessment, nothing can be judged. So, the formative and summative evaluation is always necessary to prepare unit plan. Then last one is reflection and follow-up. So, provide a space for post-unit reflection to evaluate effectiveness and identify areas for improvement. So these are some of the components of your unit plan. Maybe it may vary according to different uh, teachers, but I am giving a basic. So with this, you have to create your own identity or your own components if you are willing. Then continue to that steps in developing unit plan. So here I will explain 9 steps to prepare a unit plan that I already discussed in the previous slides. Just I want to mention everything. Identify the unit theme, analyze the learners that I already told that the level of the learners are very important. Then set clear objectives, outline the content, select teaching strategies, plan various activities, what are all the resources to be utilized or provided or implement in classroom teaching, then designing the assessments, either formative or summative or both in different situations, and finally review and reflecting. So these are some of the steps in developing unit plan. With this, I will give an example of a sample unit plan. So this also created according to my own idea, and you have to take this as an example and you prepare your own unit plan. I am prepare a unit plan for grade 6 for 2 weeks duration. The unit title is Exploring the Solar System. I will create 3 objectives like identify the planets and futures, explain the sun's role in sustaining life, and third one is compare and the 2 parts of the planets such as terrestrial and gas giant planets. So with this, I have to give a content outline that what are all the importance of the content. For example, if I want to give the sun, I used to give characteristics and importance of the sun. Why it is important? What is the role of that? What are all the characteristics to be considered for get the knowledge of sun, etc., etc. Then planets. Have divided the planets into 2 areas, such as terrestrial versus gas giants. So then moon and other celestial bodies, space exploration, milestones and possibilities. So these are some of the content outlines we have to give in our unit plan. So continue to that, what kind of activities or strategies to be utilized for the preparation of unit plan. So for example, direct instruction whether I will give, or inquiry based learning, or hands-on activities to be given to students. Likewise, I have to mention everything as strategies. then what kind of activities given inside the classroom or as a homework, as a group project or a group work, etc., etc. So for that we have to provide a 3D model of the solar system, or compare the terrestrial and gas giant planets, then research on recent space missions. So even today itself, our PSLV rocket will launch with a different inventions, or to identify different possibilities of cultivate the greens in the Mars. So likewise, a lot of research in a space mission. So that itself be clearly mentioned in the unit plan to improve the creative thinking and divergent thinking of the students. So why we have to give these kinds of things? Because if as a teacher, if we will give a maximum ideology to students, then only they will get a clear idea about the learning situations, and they will create a very big interest to learn further. So continue to that assessment evaluation. So what kind of assessment? I already told you that either formative or summative. So we have to conduct either a quiz method, or by presenting a 3D model or giving a project. Likewise, we have to assess the importance of lesson plan. Then only the students can able to get a clear idea about the unit plan. The next important thing is the reflection and follow. That is very important. Gather students' feedback. So whenever we will deliver a lecture, automatically the students can able to assess it, and they can have their own vision about our teaching. So getting feedback in a frequent manner from our students is always a strength for a teacher to improve the providing of quality teaching. So evaluating teaching methods and outcomes, then what are all the different plans to improvements of the future units, that should be very, very important. And the final last one is the conclusion, nothing but a well crafted unit plan ensures structured, engaging and student centered learning. That we know that, because the present situation itself insists the student centered learning is essential for the better quality learning. So if we prepare a lesson plan, it should be structured and should be live with the students learning. This is nothing but engaging and student centered. It promotes deeper understanding, skill development and curiosity among the learners. So the final level of the teaching is nothing but to create the curiosity among the students, to get some innovative from the students. So in that way only our lesson plan or unit plan will be support for them, and it should be prepared according to that situation. So in this unit plan preparation, have given some ideas regarding how to prepare a unit plan, and what are all the important components of that, and what are all the steps to be considered, and with a model lesson plan. Okay, modern unit plan. So with this, I conclude this video. In the next video, I will share the preparation of unit plan combined with the lesson plan. Thank you.